Wow.
All right, here
Boy.
we go. It's the Happy Hour.
It's yep. That's
Rate, subscribe, review. I said it
yeah.
immediately after the episode.
Get it right out at the beginning. You got to do it at the beginning. Slam it, smash it, punch your screen. It's not gonna subscribe, but do it. Do it anyway.
Right, smash your phone.
Yeah, punch your technology until it says you've subscribed.
Yeah.
And put thumbs up. Just give us a thumbs up.
Give us it's a star. 5 stars.
No, but I'm saying YouTube. You can't do stars on YouTube.
Oh yeah, give us a thumbs up on YouTube.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like.
There's more audio listens than...
More audio listens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay on the YouTube, but not...
Yeah. I think I would say it's because of the way we look, and we're not 10s. You know what I mean?
We're not 10s.
We're not 10s.
But not many people on YouTube are 10s.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be hurtful, but
Right.
we're 6 7s. 6. I'd give myself a 6 if I'm being.
You're a graphic designer.
I'm saying physical only. You don't hear it.
Graphic designer 9.
For the graphic design industry, I'm a 9.
You were an 8, but then you got the Lego tattoo, and then you're a 9.
I knew that was going to help my brand. I knew it was going to help. I did it because deep down I knew I could be better, and I got the Lego tattoo. I feel like a 9 now.
Right, you really get those girls with horn-rimmed glasses going.
Yeah, oh, baby.
When they see you in that floral shirt, they're like, there's no chance he has a Lego tattoo, does he? And then you kind of stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
And it shows
Yeah,
right under
exactly. Yeah.
Right under the shorts.
Yeah, and then WAP comes on.
I feel like you were very uncomfortable the first time you heard that song.
I heard it as the what's it called I watched the music video.
Well, of course, no one just listened to the song.
Yeah. Did it turn off?
No, you're good.
Okay. Good.
You're
Okay.
good.
Good.
Be off. I've been off.
Are you off now?
Now I'm good.
Did you flip the switch?
I'm gonna.
I feel like I did it by accident.
Nah, I don't know. Did I flip the switch? I don't know.
You get the gist.
You get
if
the
there's
gist.
any audio issues, you get the gist. Do you want to do like a pause in case you want to cut it? I hope you keep
And
this
that's
all
the
in.
pause.
I hope you keep this all in, and everybody's just like, "All right, yeah."
2 claps. 2 claps.
I hope that's how the episode starts, is with the second clap.
That's a very formal clap too. It was a very, what was it? You're a graphic designer. What was it? Very symmetrical.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, the shape, the form. The
Right.
form.
I'm getting fucking good
You're
at
getting
this.
fucking good at claps, dude.
Yeah.
You cut out all your claps, though?
I'm eventually at episode 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out a clap montage
Of
of all the claps.
100 claps in a row. 101. Now that we're doing a double. We're doing a double here. Yeah. Well, what was the first time I heard WAP, it was the music video. So the lyric, they have to edit it to Wet and Gushy. So I was like, what the fuck is WAP?
Should be WAG.
Yeah. What the and like it took me a whole day until I heard read an article about it. I was like, oh, okay. I love it. I was totally taken out of the music video.
You look like you read an article about WAP.
I've read several articles.
There was on Vulture.
I read
on 4chan.
Yeah, definitely 4chan. Yeah, no. I read an article about they interviewed a gynecologist about WAP. That's what I do with my day.
I think that's fair. If Cardi B can interview Joe Biden, a gynecologist should be interviewed about WAP. That's America. Welcome to America.
You know there's a gynecology conference somewhere in the world after this where WAP will be the topic of like 19 of everything. The whole theme of the conference will be WAP.
At Harvard gynecology graduation.
Is that a thing? That can't be a thing.
Well, you go to Harvard Med and then you specialize in gynecology.
Do you specialize in at Harvard Med about gynecology?
No, you do
You know
it through
what?
your
I should
residency.
have just yes
You do it
answered.
through
I
a
would love.
residency.
I love the
No,
visual.
but it's good that you're now becoming more educated.
Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, I got graphic design and gynecology knowledge.
Right. Also, feedback from my dad.
Yes.
We didn't bring up Paul Rand last episode.
Yeah.
Here's Paul Rand.
Did he give us 1 star? Did he give a?
He doesn't know how to do the stars.
He just sent you.
He just got on Facebook.
We're
gonna work to the stars.
He sent you a Google clip art of 1 star.
He just sends me. He just does 5 asterisks and texts it over.
You think he's redacting something really important from his previous text?
Right.
Yeah. No, listen. PR. We gotta give a shout out to Paul Rand.
Paul Rand, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry we forgot you in the last episode,
Yeah.
but start paying us for ad money.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Paul Rand's dead.
He's been dead for so many years.
You're saying it like I should know.
Yeah. Well, we've mentioned him enough that I think you could have done a little bit of research to just be like, is he alive?
Yeah. When John Lewis died, you looked at your fiance and said they do this for him, but not for Paul Rand.
Yeah, listen. He was iconic in the civil rights movement, and had an amazing career. Paul Rand, IBM logo. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Right. He didn't design the ABC logo, John Lewis. He might have fought for a whole group of people's rights, but he didn't design the ABC logo.
Did he?
I would love if you went to John Lewis's funeral and they let you speak for some reason, and you stood up there and you said, I'm just going to ask, what did he design? What did he design? And then everyone else is like, he's right. And then they leave John Lewis's funeral, including like the soldiers that like laid him to rest. You're like, no, you know what? He's correct.
And then we have a memorial service at Paul Rand's gravesite.
Right. They start putting the flag over his coffin. They take him out of the ground and they put an American flag and do a 21-gun salute.
Yeah, and it's just the soldiers of the gun are the executives from like IBM, ABC.
It's people that can't handle guns.
Yeah. They're firing in different directions.
Right.
They have no concept of what's going on.
Welcome to the Happy Hour.
Yeah, welcome. Smash the subscribe. Smash
like it, subscribe, like it, subscribe, like it, subscribe.
Like, subscribe. Do you want to? I feel like we've done 5 episodes and you've maybe said my name one time. Like you go, I'm Rich Apple, and then I just go.
Well, I give you
Hi.
the opportunity, and this is Taylor Schmidt, who can't speak for himself. We're like a 1940s couple where I have to introduce him, and he can't order for himself. We're about to go out to eat after this, and I have to order for him.
Yeah. Did you not think that that's how this relationship was going to pan out?
Well, I mean...
I'm going to show up with a black eye, and you're just going to... I fell on a doorknob.
We do have very red and kitty energy.
Yeah, very... I'm very quirky and... how would you describe kitty? I can't... The word is just...
You wear a lot of skirts around the house.
A lot of long skirts.
A lot of
lot of ankle skirts.
Right, yeah.
And
you're a conservative housewife.
Liberal housewife in the 70s?
No, thank you.
That's not me. That ain't me. So that's us. Sorry, Taylor Schmidt. Hi.
There you go. You couldn't even do it then when I gave you the opportunity.
I should have taken that window to just say my own name. What are we calling me? I'm the co-host. Am I the co-host?
I'll say you're co-host.
Okay. Yeah. Until you find people to replace me.
I'm taking this. I told you, I'm taking Tim Dillon's blueprint here. So he had Ray Kumpf as his co-host.
Yeah.
And then Tim Dillon became very successful.
Yes.
And dropped Ray. Yes. And that's what will happen here.
Yeah. Did we already do this space metaphor that I'm about to say?
No, I don't think so.
Where I'm the orange base of the rocket ship. And as you get to the atmosphere, you just detach me, and I just fall back to Earth, and you're the main spaceship.
Now, I want to look this up, but I don't know if I don't really want to break the conversation here. I don't think many spaceships have orange bottoms. I think toy spaceships have orange bottoms.
That can't be right.
I'm almost 1,000,000% sure.
But you know what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Like I'm 80% of the spaceship at Earth level.
Yes.
And then...
Yeah, you help bring me up.
Yes.
And yes, I will separate myself from you.
Yes.
And I will attach myself to an ISS, an International Space Station, also called Joe Rogan. Thank you. Please tell him about the podcast or Barstool Sports. You didn't like me when I auditioned for you 4 years ago. Please pay me for the podcast.
Yeah. I like it. I shouldn't be concerned about any content that goes on here because you're just going to delete all these episodes once you get...
I'm going to put them behind the paywall.
These are all the Patreon exclusives.
These are like Bambi and Snow White.
Oh,
these
back in
are
the Disney Vault?
classics, and these are in the Disney Vault.
The Happle Vault. It's
Right.
Go back into the Happle Vault.
Disney, Snow White, Brink. The 3 classic Disney movies. And we put them in the vault, and I also will be frozen when I die.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Frozen when you die. Can you... was the idea that he was just going to come back to life?
Yeah, that's what... I think he wants to have his brain put into something else.
Whoa.
Or his head attached to a different body. Something along those lines.
If I'm being totally honest, besides him being possibly an anti-Semite...
It's not possible.
He definitely was.
Yeah.
It's
and
one of
racist, I believe. Well,
Yeah.
if you're an anti-Semite,
Yeah.
you're not,
It's not like-
not racist.
Yeah, it's not like you're like, oh, I'm cool with everybody but the Jews. But the Jews. Yeah. Everybody. Hey, listen.
I don't like white people with curly hair. Any other race with curly hair, I'm fine.
Israel!
He also doesn't like Southern Italians. For the same, so, they're like, what? That's a fun fact about Disney. You walk around Disney, they're like, fun fact about Walt, he hated Jews. And people were like, no, we knew that. And they're like, no, and... Southern Italians. He hated both. No one talks about the Southern Italian part.
The whole crowd's like, so Northern Italians were okay?
The ones with the smooth hair were fine.
It's only curly
He
hair.
just bases it off curly hair.
He was mercilessly bullied by somebody not Jewish or Southern Italian who just happened to have curly hair.
Yeah, just someone with a perm is who bullied Disney. It's the first perm.
Oh, God, I wish I knew the name of, like, a Disney villain offhand, because that would be such a good name.
Ursula.
Yeah! His name was Ursula.
Why is that the first one I thought of?
I was thinking of, who's the Beauty and the Beast one? The guy, like the handsome man who...
Gaston.
I mean, that sounds like that was Walt Disney's bully growing up.
Gaston?
No,
that sounds like his boyfriend.
Walt and Gaston. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he imported him in.
Yeah. Gasty. There's no good nickname.
No, with Gaston. You don't need a nickname with Gaston.
I guess Tony. Gaston.
So Tony.
Oh boy. Okay. So welcome.
So welcome to the Apple Hour.
We got the intro done.
We got the intro done 13 minutes in. Maybe less, depending on if my mic was on or not.
Right.
Was my mic on? You thought it was on.
Well, you did the check.
I did do the check, but then maybe I hit it all. I don't know. We'll check. We'll check back. People, what happened with you? Anything this week?
Anything
from you?
this week from me? Weeks are flying by. Weeks mean nothing.
Weeks are flying by.
The idea that I feel like I was here 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
I feel like I was here 5 hours ago to record the podcast, and now I'm back.
Yeah.
And I'm just stuck in a time loop. That's how my week was. So I don't really remember.
So you did nothing?
Did a little exercising.
That's right.
Trying to look a little bit better. Got a wedding in April. My wedding.
On a stoop.
Stooping it. I got to look great on the stoop. I got to look fantastic on the stoop. So I'm doing like squats.
Nice.
Squats with 15 pounds.
Good.
Well, technically 30, right? 15 in each. Is that?
I'll take it.
Okay, right. Doing some push-ups. I can do 12 pretty confidently. I can do a confident 12.
It's pretty good.
That's.
Are you a Marine now?
Yeah, I think so. Can't do a pull-up yet. That's.
I would like if you went to enlist in the Marines and you get off of the bus and you're like, yes, sir. You guys need a better design, sir.
I'm taking a look at the layout, sir. I think the layout could be better, sir.
I went on your website and there wasn't enough animation, sir.
Can we discuss typography, sir? I brought some color swatches, sir. What's that? I'm just thinking of like the basic training movies where like they're in the mud and they want to give up. And they're just like giving up, and they're like, "Why are you here?" And they're like, "'Cause I want a design, sir."
"'Cause your color scheme is old, sir.
Your camouflage could look better, sir.
You know what the design of the Marine Corps is?
Blue.
Well, yes. but the letters USMC. Do we resurrect Paul Rand to redesign the Marine Corps logo?
We raise him from the dead, Necronomicon style. We get the Book of the Dead,
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, so you wanna bring back like a president or like I don't know, like Caesar or something. Paul Rand.
Imagine we find out.
And we're just like, hey man, we know you were dead and all, but we just got a lot of ugly logos out there, and we really need your help, bud. Okay, can you help us? Can you help us with this? Can you? We just start handing him ugly logos, and we're just like, this is you now, zombie Paul Rand.
We find out that the government's now telling us about UFOs because they don't want us to find out about their bigger conspiracy, resurrecting Paul Rand. They're like, we're willing to tell you about the aliens to keep you quiet on the Paul Rand front.
It's 100% RoboCop. It's Robo Rand.
Robo Rand. It's just, and instead of a gun that shoots out bullets, it's a gun that shoots out templates. And he just...
Listen, I'm going to be totally honest with you. My big conspiracy is that Watson is the brain of Paul Rand. Tell me, confirm it, IBM. You fucking...
You can't.
You cowards. Prove to me that Watson is not Paul Rand coming back to life.
They can't do it.
Yeah. You put a pen and paper in front of Watson, he's going to design a really good logo.
But it needs letters.
It needs letters. It needs to be an acronym.
Yeah, he can't just do a logo. What is he, a genius?
Yeah. What, out of thin air? Are you insane? It's not an improv master.
Paul Rand is the Lil Pump of graphic design. Like, yeah, it's catchy and it's fun, but it's not genius. You're not Jay-Z.
I would absolutely call Paul Rand the Jay-Z of graphic design.
0% chance.
Well, considering that you only know one designer.
Yeah.
I like that your gauge is, I know one designer, and that's the Little Pump of graphic design.
Right. That's how I know he's shit. I don't even know anyone else that I know he's not that great.
Paul Rand's Tekashi 6ix9ine. Just rainbow hair and the fucking rainbow teeth and just pumping out IBM logos.
That's
it. Yeah, Robo Rand. I love the idea.
Robo Rand.
Robo Rand, he designs logos all day, and then at night he walks by his family's house and looks in the window thinking, I can never go back. Okay.
That's fun.
Yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do this week?
What did I do? My parents came in for dinner during the week. And now, Taylor, my dad likes this Italian place in my basement, Harry's Italian.
Yes,
I don't know if you've
basement
noticed.
meaning the base level?
The base level of my building.
Okay, yes.
And
I'm picturing a basement Italian place, which is very funny.
No,
Yeah.
we don't have that.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
We have Harry's Italian.
Yes.
Very good Italian food.
Chain?
Well, I'm going to get into
Oh,
this.
sorry. Yep, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but outside my building, recently, a lot of homeless people.
Yes.
And since we can't do the indoor dining, you can only do the outdoor dining. I don't want to eat there due to the homeless infestation.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
there's another Harry's in Battery Park, a.k.a. best neighborhood in New York City.
Okay. Yeah.
So we walked over there
Uh-huh.
for that Harry's. And it's very different vibes. Because the waiters here, they're wearing like shirt, tie, Spanish, but speak very good English.
Sure. Okay.
Like that's the type of waiter you want. Always filling your water. That's the best type of waiter to have.
Water refill ratio is key.
They're basically a parrot on your shoulder that dips water after every sip.
Yeah.
That's the type of waiter I want.
If he stood by and could be invisible, but then just appear and fill it every glass,
That would be lovely.
I'm 100% in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not what we got at the Battery Park Harry's. We got the definition of a greaseball guinea, I will say. He was, by definition,
Now
just dripping in grease.
Now that is a word similar to gypsy, where I cannot tell if it feels like it should be bleeped.
It should be bleeped, but I'm not going to do it because they're white and no one cares.
That absolutely feels like when we were talking TLC, My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and I was going, Can I say gypsy?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it because Mike's in that room, and he would have walked right out if he said if it was that big of a problem.
I got my friends say it's okay.
Also, I sound like this, so this is the voice you can have and say Guinea.
I mean, I think you could have easily gotten away with being like, I'm Italian, and obviously you're not. But.
Right? No, of course not. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say that because it allows me to keep saying.
And talk the way that you talk.
Exactly. So
I can't wait until you're canceled for cultural appropriation.
Right, for this voice. And I'm like, it's my voice.
This is the way I talk.
It is how I sound.
Yeah.
So we go to Harry's. We sit down. We have a game plan when we go to Harry's.
You have a game plan
We
for
have a
meal?
go-to order.
Okay.
Because it's family style.
And family style just means a very, very large plate of food.
Correct. And you could share and disperse.
And there's 3 of you. Am I assuming that we're ordering 3 family style?
No, you order
dishes?
one family style thing.
Okay, and it
So-
comes out like in multiple things.
Correct.
Okay,
So
got
we
it.
did a family style house salad. Very good house salad. They have these roasted red peppers with this like honey Dijon vinaigrette. Very good. Very good
I like
house
a good
salad.
honey Dijon vinaigrette.
Very good honey Dijon vinaigrette. They did a great job with honey Dijon vinaigrette. Then, because we all gave the order at one time, so he said house salad. And he said, all right.
Okay.
He's like, also, just to tell you, at this establishment, as of currently right now, we have no seafood and we have no veal. It's like, but like with the seafood, we have shrimp and we have calamar. They say calamar with a G. He's like, calamar. Calamar. And we were like, okay. He's like, but we don't have like the salmon or anything like that.
Okay.
So he said, okay, so you do have seafood.
Yeah, you do.
So we're like, we will have the shrimp over spinach. And he's like, I hate to tell you, we don't have that. We ran out of that type of shrimp. And we're like, you ran out of that type of shrimp? He's like, yeah, you could do a fucking, you could do like a shrimp parm. But we don't have that type of shrimp.
A shrimp
And we were
parm?
like, you can't just put the shrimp that was supposed to go in the shrimp parm onto the thing. He's like, I wish I could. There's nothing more I would love to do than do that.
Nothing's better than somebody in the service industry saying, I wish I could.
I wish I could.
Anybody in any service going, I wish I could.
I wish I could do that very minor difference in dishes.
Exactly. Airports, anybody working at an airport, mechanics,
Right.
Coffee shop people, I wish I could.
I could.
I wish I could. And that just means I will not do that.
That's exactly what it means.
I wish I could translates to
I will not do anything.
I will not do anything.
I will not do anything that goes outside my job
Yeah,
description.
but I do not want to be hurtful.
But I am also respectful.
Respectfully, I will not do that for you.
So like, all right, can you come back? He's like, all right, I'll come back.
Yeah.
He comes back. He's like, all right, what are we looking at here? And then we're like, all right. So we're going to do an appetizer. We're going to do, but we don't know which type. He's like, all right, can I make a recommendation? The recommendation I make, we have this beautiful eggplant appetizer. No one in the world makes it. No one in the world makes this appetizer but us here. And I was like, you know what, man? You're very passionate about this appetizer.
Never seen somebody so passionate about eggplant.
Right. Also, and I was like, we'll take it. Can you stop sweating on top of our drinks? We'll take the appetizer.
He comes out and he's like, listen, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you do not order this eggplant appetizer, they're going to kill my family. I have a I'm doing a speed type situation. I got a bomb strapped to my chest. And if I don't get you to buy this eggplant, I'm going to explode. Right.
His eyes were even saying, get the eggplant.
From behind, you see 6 red dots. They received a unknown note the day of the opening. They're like, a family's gonna come. You make sure that they have the eggplant.
He made it sound like this was like a video game objective, whereas like you had to sell a certain amount of these eggplants.
If you'd like to level up, get the eggplant appetizer.
Right. For the XP.
Yeah. Okay, so did you get it?
Yeah, so we ended up getting it. It was eggplant with melted Parmesan cheese on it with tomato sauce. It was like, let me tell you, guy, maybe no one else in Battery Park makes this dish. Someone else makes it.
Yeah.
Someone else has these. This wasn't some sort of innovative concept.
Yeah. Did you ever stop to think that nobody did it because it's basically just eggplant parmesan without a deep frying an eggplant.
It also wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go to
It doesn't sound
the
good.
Harry's,
Yeah.
don't get the eggplant rollatini.
So somewhere the guy, he walked back into the kitchen after getting it. He's like, my family's safe for another night.
We can eat tonight, team. His whole family lives in the kitchen also.
He's like a shady car salesman. He's gotta get 15 of those eggplants off so he can get the commish. Right. He's working on commish for his eggplant appetizer.
Right.
It's fucking great. That's so stupid. So what do you get? Like just like a big plate of spaghetti and meatballs?
Yeah, so at the end, and then for the meal, we were like, we see that there's like this bow tie shrimp and asparagus pasta, but you guys don't have shrimp. He goes, no, we have that type of shrimp. We could do that. And my dad's brain couldn't comprehend why this shrimp was okay, but the others weren't.
Also, a restaurant going, let's put multiple types of shrimp across the board in our meals. I've never been to a restaurant where we have more than one type of shrimp.
I assume it's because it's some sort of like prep process that they do the morning of and they ran out of this type of shrimp.
Yeah, I'm sure it's marinated.
Right. I'm sure that's the reason why, but that guy clearly didn't know nor could comprehend. So it wasn't. My mom's like, I should ask, and I'm like, don't even, because I don't have the time.
Yeah,
I don't have time for him to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, take a step back. How long do you want to talk about shrimp at this meal?
Right.
I
just want to eat the shrimp.
How much time of your life do you want to spend talking about shrimp?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully 0 seconds. I'd like to spend 0 seconds at every one of my meals talking about shrimp, unless it's, this shrimp's good.
Right. It should be very quick.
Yeah, it should be very concise. And if they go, we don't have shrimp, I go, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Great. No one has ever been, well, my day's ruined because you don't have shrimp. No one.
No one.
No one in the history of the world has ever.
A very bougie person.
I even think then they'd just go, okay, I'll
take the lobster.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking lobster and a steak.
Yeah.
The shrimp.
But not veal steak.
Not veal steak.
You didn't have
because
that.
you're out of that.
Right.
Because you're out of that. Yeah. I feel like if you're out of it, some businesses should just go like, oh, we've decided ethically it's wrong to have veal. That should just be their way of being like, oh, we actually just decided today we're not going to do veal anymore. And that just means it's just not on the menu. So that they get bonus points with it. They're like, wow. That's great. That's fantastic.
How great would it be if he told someone that they didn't have veal, and then someone was like, "Oh, wait, can you have a minute?" They walk back, bring back a baby cow in a cage, and they're like, "I'm my own. Can you just whip this up?" And the guy's like, "I mean, he handcuffed me. He handcuffed me to make the. Have you ever seen someone bring their own baby cow?
Yeah. It's BYOC. It's BYOBC.
BYOBC. Also, BYOC. Bring your own calf.
Bring your own calf. Yeah. Is that
There
a
you
baby?
go.
It's a baby cat.
It's a baby cow, and
Wow.
also a baby whale.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, fucking
It's
animal people.
It's so funny how we just look at like things that are like larger than like a dog, and we're just like, let's classify it the same way. We were like cow, calf, whale, also bigger than a dog, also calf. we just picked a size of like larger than a goat or like a horse. Are horses calves?
They might be.
This is the logic. We just went.
Definitely ponies.
Yeah, well, ponies is its own thing. Ponies is
A baby horse. Wait, what'd you say?
a calf.
Wait, yeah, you said what's
But
a small horse?
Sorry. I thought you were saying like a pony is a baby horse, which isn't. They're different.
Right, a pony's a baby horse.
No, a pony's its own thing. Like a pony's like
a pony's its own thing?
I believe a pony's its own thing. Yes.
Call us.
It's not.
Call in and tell us.
Yeah, call in. The lines are open in this pre-recorded episode. The lines are open, so please give us a call. I believe I grew up. One of my best friends owned horses.
Gay.
Yeah. Pony is its own thing because he had an old ass pony. He had an incredibly old pony.
Mini horses. Did he have a mini horse?
No, a mini horse is like a very small horse. Like
right,
you can't ride a
genetically altered to be a small horse.
Yeah, but a pony, I believe, is also genetically altered, but it's not like a horse is like the big fucker, and then the ponies are like small. But they won't get big like a horse. They cap out. They have a cap.
I don't know about this.
This
will be a redaction for next week.
or
a non-redaction.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure pony's its own thing.
That's pretty good.
Mule, donkey, horse, pony.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I just named some shit, so there it is. So anyway, calf.
Okay. I did not expect to talk about this today.
I love it.
I like it.
I think it's great. I love the idea of somebody who's like an oceanside farmer, and he's got his calves, and then he sees a baby whale, and he's like, calf. Also a calf.
I like that it was like some sort of a Norwegian guy that likes veal parm. And he tried to make whale parm. He's like, it's not
whale parmesan.
It's not bad.
Whale parm is hilarious. The idea of like they're keeping baby whales in very, very small cages underwater.
Right.
To make sure they don't get big. Horrible. That's a horrible,
awful.
Awful visual. But I do like the idea of like they got the same way for veal, but for baby. It's insane.
That's funny.
I'm sure. Has anybody eaten whale? Is that
Yeah, it's very popular.
I know like whale blubber is a thing.
Yeah, whale meat, very popular.
Very popular?
And on Long Island,
What?
there's a town.
You can get whale in the U.S.?
Well,
That feels like a thing where it's like.
used to.
Oh, they put.
Well, I'm sure you could still do it. It's probably just very expensive.
Yeah.
But the town right above me, Cold Spring Harbor, they have a whaling museum. And I went there when I was like 9. I don't know why. Maybe we just had nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon. But we went to this whaling museum, and it was about the history, because it was a whaling town.
Well,
it was like the 9/11 museum, but for whales.
So it was like the atrocity of.
It just showed like pictures and paintings of people harpooning whales and like bringing them on their boats.
Yeah, very graphic.
It was the Holocaust Museum for whales. It was like the same exact thing.
I don't think it was the
And
same.
both make me hungry.
I don't think it was like
Both museums. I go, I'm a little. What are we getting for lunch after this?
Well, I always pictured whalers, right? Like Moby Dick. But I've never once in my life thought about what he did after somebody catches a whale. I kind of
You keep it on the side of the boat, and you bring it ashore.
No. Like, what is the end result of hunting a whale?
Oil.
Oil, but
Usually
also
oil.
I never considered that they'd eat a whale.
They eat the whale, and then the fat is also good for storing things, and
Lamp
also
oil?
for like skin.
Lamp oil? Is that a thing?
Yeah, for lamp oil.
It's flammable?
I believe so.
This is insane. This is
Oil's flammable, 100%.
Yeah, but it's this is truly insane. I'm learning so much.
You're welcome.
I feel
You
like
learned that people used to eat whales, and that Walt Disney hated Southern Italians
for their curly hair. Yes.
for their curly hair.
Okay. Do you want to? So we have we got a couple topics.
I have another thing.
Oh yeah.
That because this is recent. So recently, my local Dwayne Reed.
Okay, your local Dwayne Reed.
I go to
It's
Dwayne.
hilarious.
I go to
that's
Dwayne.
such a funny idea. Like it's a small business.
Well, there's so many of them
Of
around
course,
here.
yeah.
I go
But
to the
you're
one on Wall
specific.
Street.
Yes, yours.
I like to go to the one on Wall Street, and they've recently started asking me if I like to donate to a charity, and I don't like that. I don't, because I go there for a bag of popcorn for a snack.
Right.
Bag of popcorn, $1.50.
Yeah.
And now you're asking me to make a charitable donation. Isn't me paying my taxes enough? Why do I have to give? So what I started doing was I started wearing my charity shirts from when I did cancer research, thinking they wouldn't ask me and they still asked me.
Yeah, of course they did. Because
So-
they're just required by it's not like they're consciously going, this looks like a guy who's ready to donate to some charity.
That's where you're wrong, because now I walk about 4 blocks extra to a different Dwayne Reed,
Yes.
and they don't give a fuck.
They could give a shit.
They are so over their job, they don't give it. They don't make eye contact or anything, and that's what I'm looking for in a convenience store. Enough with asking me to give to charity. I also won't give to my Dunkin' Donuts around the corner. I won't buy from there because they have a homeless guy who works the door. So I walk 3 extra blocks to a different Dunkin' Donuts.
So you're basically saying that you're the least charitable person that you know. You're actively trying not to be charitable.
I did charity for 2 years.
Do you also think taxes are charity?
No, taxes. I'm like, oh, listen, I'm paying.
Yeah.
And now I gotta give $5 extra. I also gave to a different charity last week. I gave $100. I want.
It's so funny because like I've just realized like it's the would you like to add guac for society?
Right.
That's all it is. It's like, would you like to add guac for society? And you go, no thanks. I would not like to add guac.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's just, would you like to add $1.75 onto your meal for society? And you go, no thank you. That's
right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I've never thought about it that way because I'm always just like, no, and then I feel immediately guilt and shame.
That's why I wear my cancer research shirts to be like, I did my part. And was I successful?
Yeah.
No.
I'm collecting a salary off of this. Thank you very much.
$40,000 a year. Yeah, that was great. Got a master's degree to make fucking less than a doorman.
The one at Dunkin' Donuts? You think
he's probably doing pretty well.
He's probably doing great. Probably not doing great.
Not a lot of foot traffic anymore.
It's an immediate redaction. I'm gonna say the homeless man at Dunkin' Donuts probably isn't doing great.
Before COVID, I bet he was doing pretty fine.
Yeah.
But now, not a lot of foot traffic by him. I don't think he's doing great.
Probably not.
He's probably getting hit by the pandemic worse than anyone else.
Yeah, I would absolutely guess that.
Yeah.
I love the idea of like they asked you if you wanted charity for like popcorn. It
was
just like
$1.50 popcorn. Like I'm just trying to get in and out, bud.
Yeah, yeah. Why are we adding this extra line of dialogue?
Right.
Like just let me go. I'd say if it should be like a certain dollar amount to be like,
if you're like, do you want to match what you're paying? I would do that. If you want to match $1.50,
how much did they ask you?
Like, well, I originally said yes at first. He's like, well, then how much? And I was like, well, now.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
That's the worst part because then it's the immediate guilt of like the coffee shop touch screen tip where they're like,
and they're looking at you
They're looking at you doing it, and you know that the minute that they flip it around, they're gonna know exactly how much you tipped them. And it's like, I mean, during pandemic, I'm doing more, but it's like for $1.
Right.
I was getting flack from some people because they were like, you tip your coffee shop people? I was like, of course I do. Do you not?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Ever?
I don't tip coffee shop people, and I don't tip if I'm going to go pick up from Seamless.
Oh, if you're going to pick up. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I have been guilty of that. Like, I felt guilty of, like, when I would go pick up food, because then they would have that box, and I felt guilty, like, not tipping. But then I realized, like, I'm just giving money to somebody who took my order, wrote it down, and handed it to somebody
That's
else.
exactly what you're doing.
And doing, like, there was a time in my life where I probably was doing the restaurant tip.
Right.
The delivery tip. So, like, 20% or, like, a little bit less for somebody hanging up the phone, writing it down, handing it to somebody else.
Well, I used to do it, and then I went to pick up my order one day, and the guy gave it to me, and he looked at the receipt. He goes, "Oh, you gave a tip. Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, so you didn't even notice.
You didn't even know.
So you didn't even hook me up with the food.
Yeah.
So now you just fucked over every restaurant in Fide, you dumb bitch."
Yeah. And all the restaurants in Fide have noticed a steep decline in profits because
I'm
of
just
this
saying I
tip
get
that
one
you're not
pump
giving
less of caramel in my Dunkin' Donuts, I've noticed. So
yeah, and one extra pump of spit in my coffee.
Right. That's the best part, ironically enough.
Yeah, is the spit?
Yeah.
It's a flavor enhancer. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, God. Okay. Topics. Okay. I had a sticky note, left it at home, but I got it. I got it up in
It's not on your phone? We texted to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to do a flip, but I feel like the idea of like looking at my phone during it is like,
Well, I edit this part.
you're going to edit it?
Yeah, and then the video doesn't look great, but the audio's fine.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the big ones that we talked about?
Yeah, start from the top.
Start from
and
the
then we'll
top.
just keep going.
Yeah.
Until we hit like an hour 5, an hour 10.
Anderson Cooper clashes with MyPillow creator.
Yes. So Anderson Cooper
Yes.
had the creator of MyPillow on.
Which had unfamiliar with it up until this video. Unfamiliar with what MyPillow is.
Really?
Never heard of it.
You've never seen this guy before?
No, I've never seen the guy. Am I supposed to know who the guy is?
Yes.
Is he like the papa of pillows?
Yeah. He might be crazier.
Not familiar with the guy at all. He looked like a Papa John's-esque type CEO. I mean, the guy who's just like is very confident about the information that he receives because he's so high up that it's like, why would he ever question? And he's also a crazy person.
Right. He's a born-again Christian. He was a crack addict. Got clean.
I don't want to immediately write off somebody who gets clean and then I guess finds religion, but boy, do I really want to write him off just from that. I mean, listen, I watched the interview, but off the bat I go, not that it's like a great look, but I was like, oh, maybe it's one of those like they spun it, but like obviously he's an insane person.
Right. Well, he wrote a book, correct?
What's his book called?
I'll let you read the title.
Okay. All right. This is What Are the Odds from Crack Addict to CEO?
He's very open about his former crack addiction.
Boy, yeah. It almost my instinct reaction was like the what was that? Million Little Cracks. That Oprah guy who faked all the shit.
Million Little Fibers?
Yeah. Well, no. Million Little Fibers is the South Park spoof of it.
1,000
million Little Cracks or something.
It's not cracks.
Yeah, threads or
Something
what I'm talking
like
about.
that.
The
Yeah.
guy who basically made up his whole story.
Right.
The fact that it's like 3 words into the title of his book.
It's real.
Yeah, but I was also going to say it also makes me think that maybe he was never a crack. You know what I mean? Like that.
No, this guy.
Yeah. And then I've heard it. Now I'm thinking I've heard him speak. Kind of.
He wears the biggest cross in the world.
Yes.
And listen, Anderson Cooper had him on.
Yes.
Because he was advocating this certain type of medication to cure COVID.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't drinking bleach, right?
It was some. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, because the clip you sent me was cut into it. It was like in the middle of it, and I had seen the end where he's like, "How do you sleep at night?" But the video cut out. It didn't show.
How does he sleep at night?
Yeah.
Fine. Because he uses a MyPillow.
Yeah, he uses a fucking MyPillow, which cures cancer. I don't know what it does.
Right. And also, in Anderson Cooper's defense, this guy also hates gays. Just fucking hates them. So Anderson Cooper had a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, he
had a bit of a few things to say to this guy.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't really about the medication with Anderson Cooper.
It certainly felt like the medication aspect of it was like issue number 6 he had with this guy.
Right.
He very much felt like the minute he got there, he's like, so let's talk about like 99% of other things going on, and then we'll get into the medicine. You're fucking lying about this medicine part. It was just so funny to have, because like there's some interviews where I go, it's CNN kind of like taking advantage of somebody who's agreed to come onto these shows, and then like the gotcha journalism of like, we got you looking like an idiot on CNN. This dude was just like, he seemed all for it. There wasn't really a time where
this guy he's a big all press is good press guy.
Yeah. He felt like, even when he was just like, he's like, no, I'm not going to tell you where I got all this information from. It still felt like he was like, I'm on TV. Like, what do you want from me? I'm on fucking TV.
He's like, I'm fucking slinging pillows here, you dumb idiot.
Every second I'm on here is immediately correlated to profit. It's just profit.
Hey, you think I care?
Yeah. I was a crack addict. That would have been, I think after all that insanity, if he had just, like, Anderson Cooper was like, how do you sleep at night? And he's like, do you think I care what you think about me, Anderson Cooper? I was a crack addict. And Anderson Cooper would have been like, fair play, sir. That's pretty good.
Anderson, that's a very good point. But also, you're a so why would I listen to you when God hates you? And God hates me less, even though I ruined my life.
He has a poor understanding about gay people work. He's brought holy water and like a silver cross, and he's just holding it up to a camera. Like even if Anderson Cooper was a vampire, wouldn't do anything.
Right.
He's flinging holy water at the camera. He's in a whole nother city, and it's just, yeah. Power of Christ compels you, trying to do an exorcism over the interview. Oh, man. Nothing's better than like Anderson Cooper being composed around insane people.
Right.
So it's just like nothing is better than him just going, this doesn't look great for you, but I'm gonna look like a librarian the whole time.
Also, my thing is also
his demeanor is somebody who is like he's like a librarian who's explaining an overdue charge to somebody, and he's like, I wish there was something I could do. You know, he's just very like somebody's getting angry at him in any service.
Right.
He's just somebody's getting angry at him. He's like, I wish there was something I could do. And also, you're lying on TV right now.
I'll tell you one thing. That Italian waiter doesn't like Anderson Cooper, and it has nothing to do with his political beliefs. If you catch my drift.
Sexual orientation.
You know it.
Boom. Bingo.
Who are the people that are like, all right, listen, this pillow I use, very comfortable.
Yeah, what was the healing factors that they said?
That it just cures COVID.
He says his pillows cure COVID?
No, it's whatever drug.
Oh. Because Anderson brings up the idea of like, you've stated that it's like healthy to use his pillows.
Oh, yeah, he's also said that. He also has pillows for different sized people. That's also a thing this guy has. And you know why? Because he knows his demo are dumb fucking white trash redneck fucks like me.
Yeah.
Who own 2 of his pillows.
Do you own 2 of
I
his
have
pillows?
2 of his pillows.
This is amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And they're fantastic.
Well, no wonder you know who this guy is.
Of course.
Well,
Everyone in the world knows who this
if I'm
guy
being
is.
totally honest, I cannot picture a single person associated with the pillows that I own. I don't have any faces associated with my pillows. It's just a pillow.
Right.
But
and that's
you've
your
got
fault.
a special brand pillow.
Yeah, that's your fault for not knowing who makes your pillows.
I should. That's on me.
I had a pillow. I was like, you know what? It's good, but I need a former crack addict pillow. Is there anything like that on the market? And Bed Bath & Beyond said, do we have the stuff for you?
Are there any pillows here that involve a man who found God late in life? I'm looking for Reformed Christian pillows.
Right.
Yeah, I got to have a Christian name associated with.
My thing is, who are the people that are sleeping with these pillows, very good pillows, and they're like, you know what? These pillows are so good. I also want to take my medical advice from this man.
Yeah.
What are his stances?
Yeah, the idea of somebody at like a party talking about their beliefs on COVID, and they're like, oh, where did you get those ideas from? And they're like, oh, from a pillow salesman. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Any other information about them? Oh, they were a former crack addict. They smoked, they dabbled in crack addiction for a little while.
But you said their pillows were good, right?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did say that. You heard that correct.
Yes, you definitely did. Oh, great. I trust the things that you were saying to me right now.
I also like how Anderson Cooper's slamming him for believing this cures COVID. And then after Anderson Cooper comes on Chris Cuomo, a guy who claims to have had COVID and cured it through breathing exercises.
Yeah. Oh, we found mindfulness. I don't know about this.
He said that he just did deep breathing exercises for about a week and that cured his COVID. And
even if that were true, it's not. Even if that were true, keep it to yourself. Keep it. You're clearly not helping the situation. You are aware enough as a human being to know that if you go and say, I was breathing and that fixed corona, shut the fuck up. Keep it to yourself.
Well, in his defense, his wife was doing bleach baths.
Oh, okay.
To cure corona on her skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do these people make millions of dollars?
It is very funny to me that Chris Cuomo was somebody who at the very beginning of this was like, oh, he's on it. He's on his shit. And his brother is like, whatever. He's doing his thing in New York. Like, oh my God, maybe we're going to be okay because we've got these two fucking goofing around. Hey, if they're goofing around, I trust them. And now I'm like, oh, okay. So you're also a maniac. Okay. You're a maniac. Okay.
Just because they're confident doesn't mean they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
That's why people are like, Tucker Carlson's a genius. No, he just has a very neat tie.
Yeah.
That's all he has.
And he has a really engaging cadence when he talks.
Right.
That's it.
Sorry.
Yeah. He was told what to say 20 minutes before he got on, and then he's just talking and he's going through the motions.
These people read the newspaper for a living. Why do we respect them?
Yeah. I don't. The more the older I get, the more that CNN, Fox News, everything, it's just the same shit as ESPN.
Right.
It's the same shit as ESPN where they just go, well, I guess I'm an expert. Here's my opinions about information that I couldn't possibly have the knowledge of.
Right.
The opinions of things. So yeah, so funny that you bring on an insane person and you just go, well, you're just a darker shade of insane,
right?
Compared to us, also insane people. Nuts.
It's like that fucking Spider-Man thing on your hat.
Yeah,
the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, it's exactly like my crazy and crazy.
You're crazy. No, you're crazy.
You're
crazy because you think that's going to cure COVID.
Yeah.
You're crazy because you're gay.
Look,
that's what it was.
Look at how crazy you look. And the guy's just going, I just wish somebody would go, yeah, I'm pretty fucking great. Like that, the older I get, the more that guy who always runs for president, who has a boot on his head.
No idea what you're talking about.
You don't know who I'm talking about? He literally runs for president. He might be dead now, but he literally put like a rain boot on his head, and like that was his platform for running for president.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I go, okay, at least he's pretty confident about his mental state. He doesn't seem to be denying anything.
At least this guy has a hard stance on things.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I could get behind Boothead right now. He's confident enough. He doesn't seem to be hurting anybody. Wearing a shoe on your head doesn't seem to hurt anyone.
So, okay, here's another one. Kerry Washington hosted Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
And they had a segment where she had toddlers on.
Yeah.
And talked to them about how bad Trump is and how they should vote for Biden.
I have 2 points on this. First, even somehow the way that was edited, it's like you're talking to 6-year-olds, but it's still somehow extreme. It's one of the most condescending things that I've ever seen in my life. Like,
right.
It felt like they're like, oh, do you know how to vote? And it's like, treat the kids with a little more respect. Let's just have, kids are pretty, I bet they have a pretty good idea. And also, every single one of those kids looked like they were reading off of a prompter.
Yeah, because you could see their eyes keep shifting.
Eyes
it wasn't
keep
a prompter. Taylor, it can't be a prompter because they can't read. They're 4. How are they reading off a prompter? These kids were forced into it by their parents because their parents are like,
parents are going,
this is a credit my kid could use in the future.
Yeah.
And then we throw them into another audition. They're like, oh, you look familiar. Where did I see you? And they said, oh, remember when I was 4 and I was used for a political campaign for Joe Biden on Jimmy Kimmel?
It felt like the minute that the camera shut off, the kids, their whole expressions changed to a more adult-like feature. And then they're like, okay, can I go back to playing Xbox now? All of them seem to be too old to not have a grasp of the English language, but some of them they didn't. All that I'm saying was they felt like they could have answered those things more coherently, a lot of their things, and then they just chose to answer baby talk.
No, they can't, Taylor. Because they're 5. They couldn't answer it better. She was like, what do you...
Well, they can certainly be coached to say shit.
That was the best their parents did.
Yeah.
Their stage parents.
It was some of the cringiest. I shuddered at so many parts of that video to just go give me Reese Witherspoon's TikTok account. I would take Reese Witherspoon doing 12 hours of her stupid fucking dancing on TikTok over that video again.
And I get what their point is. What Jimmy Kimmel was going for was, see, these kids are toddlers and they know to vote for Democrats.
Yeah.
And how you also have to interpret that is, listen, these kids eat crayons and they're going to vote Democrat.
Yeah. And there's
That's not a good message.
And there's also the idea of you want people to go, oh, it's so easy, a toddler could do it. But then there's also an idea of are you condescending us?
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, are you looking at us going, you're them? the way you talk about politics is like these 4-year-olds who can barely articulate what they're saying. And I'm like, okay, all right, it's a little hurtful. I don't think this one was very well thought out. It's like those things. It feels like 2016 again, where it's the victory lap, where like we've already done it, and we're far from being done with the election. But it feels like a lot of people are going. It's like there's an episode of Broad City where Hillary Clinton is on Broad City.
Yeah, not a single person that listens to this, they might not even know what Broad City is.
That's really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hillary Clinton doing shit where it was just like, we're going to look at this in a year and be like, ha ha, because we did it. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like that felt like textbook victory lap bullshit. Where it's just like, it's like a year, like we'll look at it, we'll look back on it and be like, obviously we should have voted for Biden. It's like, yeah, we already have I don't know.
Well, the problem with it is the Democrats are going with a marketing strategy of we're not Trump.
Yes.
And that's a fair marketing strategy.
It's pretty much the best strategy.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I think the best strategy is tell me what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good strategy. Yeah. And they're really not doing that. They're really not focusing on what they're going to do.
And if I'm being totally honest, wasn't that just Hillary's strategy?
Oh, that was and what did she do?
Yeah.
Lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you not realize you have to tell people what you're going to do? They really haven't grasped that.
I would love it. I would love it if Kerry Washington was like aggressively blunt about like everything going on and not like trying to explain it, like just being like, listen, cards on the table. Biden's not, maybe he's not the 100% best pick. Maybe he's probably better than Trump, but he's also got his own shit that he's got.
That would have been a better video.
That would have been so good for them to be like, what's a sexual harassment allegation?
The kids couldn't comprehend. She was talking to them about the Electoral College.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. Most adults don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been great if it had been like John Oliver trying to explain like
that
complex.
Would have been a better idea.
That would have been a much better idea. Like explaining difficult concepts that adults don't understand. But it's like you trying to baby talk babies into understanding things that we have a general grasp of is like, okay. What was the point here? What was anybody supposed to take away from that?
Right.
Was that purely for entertainment? Because stop doing that during the election.
Right.
Stop making it pure entertainment.
This is why the Republicans win, and they really don't get that.
Yeah.
They really have no. Yeah. They really don't comprehend.
I will say that it's shit like that. That is just like you are making light of this, and stop making light of this.
Right.
How many times do we have to say, let's take this seriously. Let's not do bullshit, and let's not make it entertainment because it's not entertainment. It's fucking democracy. It's like we keep rolling those two things together, entertainment and politics. Let's try to just keep it politics.
Right.
If we can. Obviously, you got to have the idea of the Democratic National Convention having Maggie Rogers perform at it.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now that's why people vote Republican. That being said, I am very excited to see what the Republicans do and who's going to perform at that, because that's going to be equally as
that is such a testament to like we have to have performances. We have to have
we do, because people are stupid. Yes, they are. Both sides are correct on that.
I get the idea of attention spans, but it's also like, if the goal here, it's the 20-60-20 thing, right? It's like 20% is locked in on both sides. And then you got 60% in the middle,
right,
that are kind of up in the air. Are you telling me that the 60% is looking at Maggie Rogers performing and going, I don't know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's. I'm gonna see who the RNC gets to perform, and then that's gonna be my vote.
Right.
Based on the musical performances, that's how I will be casting my vote. I'm not saying America's not stupid enough to do something like that, but all that I'm saying is like, I guess, is it young people? Is it the idea of like Maggie Rogers?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, then I guess I just fall way outside the demographic.
Right, and so do the people who vote.
Yeah.
Also, the people that vote don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So stop trying to get young people to come out to vote because we just don't care. We want to go on TikTok. All right? That's all we want to do. All right? We want to have avocado toast and go on TikTok, and we're not going to vote. I'm sorry.
Avocado toast is okay. It's not that great.
It's not great.
It's not that great. You put an egg on it. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
This is what I would have liked from the Kerry Washington video.
Yeah.
I would have liked if she was like, so we have Donald Trump as our president, and he said some racist things, right?
Yeah.
And the kids were like, yeah. And she's like, and then we're going to vote in Joe Biden. And what he's going to do is, in about 4 years, he's going to try to kiss you.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing that's going to happen.
That's the worst thing that's going to happen. Listen, let's talk about worst case scenario. He's going to try to kiss you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Britain's BDSM community is worried about changes to the domestic abuse bill.
Yeah. Which that, you know, it's just purely the idea of like good intentions are getting in the way of progress. Of like, they want to change an abuse bill to be like, consent is consent is consent is consent. That's basically like strict. And BDSM is like, well, we want to be able to, you know, get a little aggressive. So don't do that. And it's like, well, do you want consent to be a huge, massive thing? Or do you, because they're literally like, if we hit another person, I believe that's what the bill was in England. It was, the bill was like, if you hit anybody in any reason, regardless of consent, that's considered assault.
Right. This is what I think the bill should be. I think there should be a domestic abuse bill.
Yes.
And we also have to serve the BDSM community.
Yeah.
How will we do this? We have a national safety word.
Oh, that's great.
And then that could be put up to a vote.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it should be falafel.
Falafel? I like tugboat.
That's hard to say with something in my mouth.
You think falafel's easier to say with something in your mouth?
Falafel.
Oh, fuck. That's really...
Tugboat. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You don't know what...
Tug harder? That sounds like tug harder, in which case I will.
Yeah, a national safe word is very funny. I think it's absolutely... That could solve it. This is Pinata Monument.
Artichoke.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, artichoke.
Artichoke is a great one.
Artichoke and falafel.
Well, I mean, you know, also just put in the bill like, and BDSM's okay. Like, just be like, consent is fucking consent. And, you know, fucking just don't hit people. Unless it's BDSM and then everybody's cool. Like, why do, you know, it's like, it's one of those things of like, you're trying to do good by being like, don't fucking hit anybody. Don't go against consent. And then they're like, BDSM's like, don't kink shame us. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, I guess, yeah, let's find a middle ground here. Because it's like, those you wouldn't, I mean, I guess you could absolutely see those worlds overlapping, but never in my life would I think the BDSM community would come up and make a decent point. It's a decent point. They should be allowed to do their thing in consent and hit each other if they want, or do whatever, get a little rough. But it's just the idea of like, the BDSM community is holding up a consent bill. What?
I think too many people are like, we don't have enough black representation in government. We don't have enough female. We don't have enough LGBTQ representation in our government. Okay, listen, you know what we don't have enough? BDSM representation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Vote BDSM, November 2020. Vote for it, you cucks.
Yeah.
That's their party. That's their party saying, vote for us, you cucks.
You dirty little bitch.
And then they put a whip emoji at the end. All right.
Dominatrix 2020. That's fantastic.
Dominatrix 2020. That's how we're gonna end it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Team, it's been a slice.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Yeah. I hope this all comes out exactly perfect.
It won't.
Yeah.
All right. Adios.
Bye.